Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It is Trinidad and Tobago son, New York City's nephew, Carter YOUNG.
Yo, and I am in my key, and one day I hope to have the keys of your heart. Welcome to another episode of Banter
Answer
and
and
Bush.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, suck it. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Yes.
All
Let's
right.
go, man.
All right, man.
Uh,
It's good to see you,
yeah.
man. It's good to see you.
Good
How
to
you
see you, my
feeling?
bro. I'm feeling great, man. Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month, man. Let's go. See, I got my pink on.
Carter,
Let's
always
go.
about the people.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you,
I ain't
Cancer.
give a fuck about
You
nothing
ain't
but me
shit.
waking up this morning. Look at you. You caring about the
Yeah,
people.
I care. Fuck you, Cancer. When I catch you in the streets, I'm gonna fuck you up. You ain't shit.
Yo, have you
Cancer,
been
you ain't
affected
shit.
personally by breast cancer? I know most
Uh,
people I know have. I personally,
um,
yes.
not by breast cancer, but just cancer, period, bro.
Yeah.
Lost my stepmom's to cancer. I lost three friends of mine, which is insane. To cancer, bro. So fuck you, Cancer. Like, fuck you. Like, I catch you. If like, yeah, fuck it, man. My heart goes out to all the families, man, all the women that have suffered from breast cancer, that gone into remission, that have fought it, that have survived it. I
Fight.
salute you.
The good
I
fight.
keep going and like, fuck you, Cancer. That's it. Just
Damn
fuck you.
right. Damn right. Big heart. Carter Young. Oh, man, we appreciate you, brother. Me personally, I lost my aunt to breast cancer. I lost my
Wow.
father, actually, to prostate cancer.
Shit.
Lost a couple of friends to cancer as well. So, I mean, yeah, fuck you, cancer. Fuck
Yeah.
you, cancer. Good
Yeah. We
shit.
catch you.
I
We putting
can't
hands
wait.
and
Oh,
feet
my
on you.
God, yo, it's
Hands and
about to be
feet
a
on you,
gang beat
Cancer.
down on the motherfucker.
Mm,
Fuck
nigga.
cancer. God.
Shit, man. Word
Appreciate
up,
you, Carter
man.
Young.
R.I.P. to my man Smurf. R.I.P. to Quana. R.I.P. to Linda. Just, man, I miss y'all. And R.I.P. to my man HB. You know what I'm saying? It's another brother that lost his life to prostate cancer. Um, he's responsible for like all the ink work on my body for the most part, man. I love that guy, and I miss him dearly every single day, man. Fuck you, Cancer. But moving right along. Um, Cause I could sit here and do an entire show just saying "fuck you, Cancer." All
Yeah.
right, so I don't want to do that.
Here at Banter and Bullshit,
Man.
we aim to be the number one in nonsensical bullshit and banter. We typically like to start off with a little bit of banter. Carter Young, what's the topic today?
It is all about growth, just
Growth.
growth, just
Growth.
you know, just blossoming
Yeah.
and becoming who you should be, you know, and knowing that right now you're just a small seedling and you're
Mm-hmm.
just trying to reach out of the soil that you've been planted in and reach up to the sunlight that is shining upon you and you becoming who you should be. And then when you grow into what you should be, you sprout out and create other little seedlings that will also come out of the earth and grow up to what they should be and repeat the same process. But your goal is to show your growth first so that they can watch your growth and mirror it and do it better than you did and spread that same knowledge to their seedlings and so on and so forth and so on and so forth.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's I think it should be more about personal growth and development, right? Let's talk about overcoming societal expectations. Right? Like what's the pressures you have to conform, you know, to the stereotypes or the social norms that individuals have to overcome, right? Like as as much as I hate to discuss it, I feel like it's something that should be discussed, right? Race is always going to be a problem in this country. We're not. I'm tired of people trying to tiptoe around it and pretend it doesn't exist. Like it does, and it's just a thing. Let's acknowledge it. Let's talk about it. Let's have the discussion, and let's move away from it and move forward. But we still have to discuss it. We can't just ignore it. It's there. It's in the room, right? It's like going to somebody's house and you know it smell like ass, but you sitting in that motherfucker like, yeah, son, like shit.
Oh
And
man.
you take a short breath, and then you realize you just tasted it when you took a short breath. Oh, say you, oh, it's in my mouth, and you just get mad at yourself. Then the
Yeah.
first thing you do is, yo, I can
Oh
smoke
man.
in here, bro. Cause you rather deal with smoke than the stink. You ever like, like Talk
Yo.
about it.
Oh man, have
Talk
you
about
noticed
it.
that pet owners are the worst as far as that's concerned? It's like they
Oh
have
my
no
God.
idea. You know, I'm starting to
There are,
realize I'm actually becoming one of those people. I walk into my goddamn house and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? I got two cats and the litter box just happens to be pretty close to the door. And
yeah.
unfortunately, every time I come in, I get a good whiff, and I'm like, God damn, I,
You
I
better
think
teach some
I
niggas
think
how
I'm
to
one
use
of
the
those
toilet.
people now.
You better teach some niggas how to use the toilet.
Yeah, bro. I'm
You better
just
teach them how to.
about that. I'm
Yeah.
just about that. But unfortunately, we got to use these toilets too. So I'm just like, yo,
Hey, look,
do I want to
man.
sit somewhere where cat paws were? But I mean, I'm trying to figure out other things. I'm trying to kind of mitigate the smell. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm becoming one of those people, man. I got to do something about it.
I mean, look, like outside of the cat thing, you
Yeah,
know,
moving on.
yeah, it's about growth,
Distract
right?
growth.
Yeah, yeah. We got distracted for a brief second. I just dropped some shit. I didn't do it.
I just dropped some shit. I didn't do it. All right.
I didn't do it. Yeah, gotta prove that shit. How do you overcome? Like, how do you overcome the expectations that society has put on you as a black man?
Mhm.
Like, how do you overcome that? How do you show
Speak on it.
your growth by saying, I'm not going to react a certain way because you expect me
Yeah.
to react this way?
You know, I feel like being a black man in America, as far as growth is concerned, there's always two sides of the spectrum where it comes
Mm,
with this negative as well, or this expectation, an expectation that we didn't necessarily put on ourselves, but society has, man. And it sometimes it feels uncomfortable to the point where you're even afraid to grow. I mean, I've had conversations with you in the past, and you spoke about growth yourself because of
yeah.
the expectations that come along with it. Can you speak on that
I,
real quick?
um, put it this way, I sit down and I take stock into the person I used to be,
Mm,
right? And I look at myself when I was in my 20s, and I see that I had this chip on my shoulder. And I was a part of the stereotypical societal expectation of what a young black man was. I had the baggy jeans, the big t-shirt, the
mhm,
fitted hats. I had the nice car with the rims on it in the system. You know what I mean? I was tatted up. I looked like the stereotype from the outside. Then once you got closer to me, you got to know me. You're like, damn, this kid knows things. He's
mhm,
he's he's educated. He's not just what I would think he is. And but I still had these ways that dove into the stereotype. So far in black man had to marry a white woman. I was just so into the stereotype. I was just so into the stereotype. Like,
oh my god.
it's all the way into it. Right? But it was just really hard for me because you want to not be this way, and then
Mm,
people do things trying to coax out what they expect you to respond, like how they expect you to respond. So they'll say things and do things expecting you to go this route. So when you don't do it, they're like, damn,
mhm.
he didn't do what most niggas do. How do I get him to act like a nigga now? How can I get him to move the way I expect him to move? Because society has placed us in this where we get pulled over. What's the common question when a cop got any weapons in the vehicle? You don't ask the white people that when you pull them over. You don't ask the Asian person that when you pull them over. But you ask the black guy, you got any weapons in the vehicle? Why the fuck are you asking me, do I have weapons in the vehicle?
Yeah.
Why are you asking just me, my demographic? Why are you specifically asking just us? And then we are supposed to, and you see it all the time with the videos on social media. Well, maybe if he just acted this way, he wouldn't have had that problem. Why should we have to conform to what you expect us to be? Why should we say, why is it when you pull over a white male, a white man going, what the fuck you pulling me over for? I ain't even fucking do shit. And it's okay for him or her to react that way. But when we do it, we're wrong. We're the ones that experience it more than any other fucking race. We experience this unfair shit more than anybody. Let's not forget, stop and frisk recently was a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't happening to white kids. It was happening to us. So our frustration is is prevalent, and we have a right to be pissed. But they say, yo, you shouldn't act up like that. When the police put you, just shut up, be quiet, keep your head still, and just smile. So you want me, help me, just help me. I might be wrong.
Okay.
Right? This is my opinion. I'm going to say this again. This is my opinion, people. Remember, we had this discussion. Everybody's entitled to opinion. As long as it's not bigoted, it's not racist, it's not ignorant, we're entitled to our opinion. So you want me, as a black man, to shuffle my shoes when I get pulled over. Right? I'm supposed to shuffle my shoes. I'm supposed to put my chin to my chest. I'm sorry, officer. What was that? Was I speeding, officer? I'm sorry. Here's my insurance and everything, sir. I don't want any problems. But Blake gets pulled over. What the fuck? Do you know who my dad is? You know who the fuck my father is? It's okay for them to do it. But we should restrain who we are and restrain our frustrations, because it's expected that we're going to act up. It's expected that we're going to show out. It's expected that we're going to feel some type of way. So we have to conform to what society says and say, black man, don't be angry. Black man, be better than that. Let them talk to you and treat you like shit, but you should still be better. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like I slap you in the fucking face and you just turn the other cheek. Because it's okay. It's for your own good at the end of the day. No. But I'm not saying that every time you get pulled over, you got to go, man, what the fuck? No, I'm not saying that, people. What I'm saying is understand why we're frustrated, that we feel some way, that why can't I have a nice car? I worked for it. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fucking drug dealer. I worked for this shit. Okay. I saved. I went to school. I have the degrees and the job that affords me this luxury, the same luxury that Blake has or Kevin has or whoever has. They work for it, and you don't judge them for it. But for me, because I'm black, you expect me to be a drug dealer right out the gate.
Okay.
Why?
Can I play devil's advocate?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Going back to what you previously said, you wear the baggy jeans, you have the tattoos, you talk the talk, you have the hair, the do-rag, everything pretty much is saying that I basically lived that life.
Yeah.
You get pulled over in a nice car. Typically a car that Blake is driving, but Blake dresses different. Blake talks different. Blake acts different. But now I'm speaking with somebody who is resembling somebody who I just stopped at the corner store. And this person that stopped at the corner store, they gave me attitude, they gave me lip, they gave me this, that, and then come to find out they had this on them. And now you're giving me the same energy. So right. Am I just supposed to assume, okay, this guy obviously can afford this car. This guy obviously can do what he needs to do to put himself in a situation, even though he dresses like that guy who I just stopped, who I just pulled over. And also, if you were a police officer and you saw this person who looks similar to someone that you just had problems with, would you expect or treat them any different?
That's a good question. I would approach each situation individually, right? So my encounter with the first person does not dictate how I react to my encounter with this next person. It shouldn't, right?
It shouldn't.
It goes to say, it goes to say, you know, this woman, right? But if this woman breaks your heart, doesn't mean this woman's going to break your heart.
Absolutely.
If this woman cheats, doesn't mean she's going to cheat.
Right.
You know, if this man cheats, you know, so like my thing is, like you just said, I dressed a certain way, right? Mm-hmm. So what if and we've seen it because I've been through it. What if I was dressed outside of the expected norm? Mm-hmm. What if I had on slacks?
Norm of a black man, or it's just the expected norm in general? Because in America, dressing as a black man is not the norm.
Right. Prime example. Right. I'm riding around in a '76 Malibu Classic.
Dressing. Hip hop culture. Our style is very unique. It's very unique. It's not the norm.
Okay, all right. I got you. Okay, so now I'm riding around. Let's give a scenario. I'm riding around in uh 76 Malibu Classic on 22s,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
But I'm wearing red bottom shoes,
Mm-hmm.
uh expensive ass freaking slacks with the
What you
suspenders
mean?
on. You know what I'm saying? Dreads is braided clean, everything is shaped up nice. I got on the Cartier frames, right? But I'm riding in this hood vehicle, right? I get pulled over. Is the cop going to treat me differently because I'm dressed differently?
Well, he could.
He,
Like this
but
nigga
let's be
pimping.
realistic. Do you think
this
he's going to treat
this
me
nigga
differently?
this nigga pimping. Um,
Right? Be,
we don't
once again,
see
I'm
too many
into it.
people in suits thrown on ground on the ground or thrown on the concrete and placed in handcuffs and treated a certain way. Let's just be real.
So what you're saying is you're supposed to dress a certain way to prevent the harassment and the judgment and so we have to show growth by conforming.
Exactly.
But if you recall what I said a few episodes ago, I'm not diluting my big king energy for nobody. Nobody. All right? You don't fucking
Yes,
like it,
sir.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna disrespect you, but if you disrespect me, I'm gonna give you exactly what you give me. I was pulled over one time, you know, in the Tesla. Son pulled me over, and I rolled the window down. He said, "Hey, you know, he was going, caught you going 86 over there." And I'm like, if that's what you say, officer, if that's what you say, okay. So you're not gonna acknowledge that you were going 86? If that's what you say, sir, here's my information. He takes it, he walks away. I say nothing. It's not going to argue with you. See, I'm not going to just come off ignorant and disrespectful. But if you came to me like, hey, I caught you doing 86. You got any guns or anything in the car? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's a stupid question.
Right.
Like, I would literally say, that's a dumb question. Right? Do you have any guns, anything in your car? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's stupid. Like, that's a dumb fucking question.
Yeah. And it typically get
I
an
mean,
aggressive response if you say something of that nature.
right, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I'm not gonna automatically come out and be disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not gonna dilute who I am and shift who I am because I have to make you feel comfortable. It shouldn't work that way. Respect is a two-way street. You go this way with it, I'm gonna come back to you with the same amount of respect. But if you give me disrespect, I'm going to give it back to you, but I give it back to you in a respectful way, right? I'm still going. You're going to disrespect me. I'll disrespect you back, but I'll do it with so much tact and so much fucking class. It will disarm you, and you're like, what the fuck? This nigga's not doing what I think he was going to do, and that's my growth.
Okay.
That's how I show growth. I've shown it my entire life. You know, just coming from like where I was in prison and you know, I can't remember the son's name right now, but he also did time in prison, and he made a comment on one of our videos. Bayside State Prison was a very racist prison. I'm talking to the point where they will call you a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like they will call you nigga. They got a red lines. You not.
Who's going to listen
What
to
do
you?
bro? They call a code. It's like the beehive. You hear me? They say code 33. It's them niggas is bro. I've seen these motherfuckers call a code 33 while we're walking on the compound. Everybody hit the floor. And if you ain't hit the ground fast enough, them cops is football kicking you, drop kicking you, because they're like, we have to respond to save our officer's life. And I respect that, right? Because the officer that hit the code, their life is in jeopardy. You have to respond. I understand that. But when you come at it where it's just, you're supposed to acquiesce completely to whatever I say because I am in a position where I can control you. This is where we, as an individual, as a black man, black woman, whatever, we have to now say, I have to show my growth and not entertain this person's ignorance. Mm-hmm. You know who has it even harder outside of black men? You know who have it even harder than we do?
Women have it
the
God. Hardest.
The sisters have so much weight
on the face of this planet that
oh
that faces as much turmoil,
ladies,
grief, and pain as
God.
a black woman.
Black women, please, I'm giving you a round of
The
applause right
medical
now.
system, the
Thank you.
educational
No,
system,
thank you.
government, society,
Thank you.
even some of the struggles from black men.
You get
Black
and you get
women
shit from us
have it
too.
worse than anybody on this fucking planet.
Black women have to deal with us being assholes,
Yeah,
white men being assholes,
yeah.
other black women being assholes to them. Like, y'all put on this suit of armor, and like, this is why I love my mama and I salute my mama so fucking much. I love you, mommy. Like, you women deal with so much more. Black women have it so much harder. So you show your growth by being classy and not allowing these people to take you out your character. But in the same shot, when is enough enough? How can, as a society, how can we avoid, and I'm saying as we as black men and black women, how can we say, yo, I don't want to conform to what they expect me to do? Because when you speak a certain way, they say, oh, you don't talk like every other black person I've met. Right? You didn't sound how I thought you would sound.
Educated. You
The
speak
fuck
so
does that mean?
eloquently.
He speaks so well. Like, oh my god, he speaks so
They
well.
don't say that to any other race, bro.
No other race gets that problem.
Yeah.
Like, think about it, right? An Asian person who's learning English, you don't pass judgment on them, right? But as soon as a black person says, like I literally just said the word acquiesce, you look, oh my god, he said a big word. The monkey knew some stuff. Oh my god.
Studying Webster. Right.
Yeah, like you're shocked.
Right.
Right? A black woman speaks educated or clearly or concisely. It's you don't talk black. What the fuck is talk black? What the fuck is that? What the fuck does talk black mean?
I don't. I can't really speak too much on that. Like I was one of those people growing up that they said you didn't speak black. I didn't understand it then. I
What the fuck
still
does that mean?
have trouble understanding it now. I mean,
Like that's crazy. Like what does that mean?
really, I don't understand. I don't.
If
understand.
anybody knows what that means, please write us. Like it's such a stupid statement. Another statement that's really foolish and ignorant. And you ready? Here's another A word for you people. And asinine. Shout out to Biggie Smalls because he taught me that word. I didn't know what it meant until I heard him say it. Shout out to Biggie, Brooklyn. But another thing that's really asinine to me is how can you sit here and say, okay, yeah, you don't talk black or you don't do the things that I thought black people would do. What does that mean?
Yeah. To this day.
What does that mean?
To this day, I still, again, I have trouble understanding it. For the most part, I think if you aren't speaking with any sort of slang terminology or you actually pronounce your R's and words for some reason, they say that you're not talking black. And it's funny because when white people replicate black speech, it's the most degrading racist shit that you can ever hear. Right?
This is why I feel, right, when people do that and try to make it seem like they're blending or they're conforming to what we do, I say as a people what we should do is fuck their head up, right? And just turn the table on their ass.
Okay.
And start speaking like okay, when like let's just say another person that is not African, right? Not of African descent. Another person that is not of a melanated hue. Let's say that. I'll say it that way. A person that's not of a melanated hue, right? Okay. Goes, yo, what's up, bro? What's really good? What's up, son? And you just look at him and you go, I am sorry, but I disincline to acquiesce to your type of actions today. Fuck their head up, right? Okay. Like, I like doing shit that fuck with people. Like, you get in the elevator, you get in the elevator. What do you do when you walk into an elevator? You walk into the elevator, you turn around, you push your button, and you stand facing the door, right?
Yeah.
I'm different. I'm walking in the elevator, I'm pushing my button, I'm just face the back of the wall, just looking at everybody.
I actually learned from experience that, from now on, as soon as I get on the elevator, I'm just going to look forward and that's it. Because I had an experience pretty much I got on the elevator, and there was a dude. He had like I thought was a New York accent. And I was like, oh shit, you from New York? Yo, this dude raised up on me so fucking quick. Yo, nigga, I ain't from New York. I'm from Jersey, motherfucker. Motherfucker, you trying to? I'm just like, yo,
Well, I
whoa,
understand that.
whoa,
I understand
whoa.
that. I understand that.
I didn't expect
I
all this
understand that.
shit. You know what?
No, I
You know
understand
what?
that.
My bad, bro. I'm
Jersey
just gonna continue to look for. So
Jersey dudes deal with it.
ever since
Jersey
then,
dudes
I
deal with
said, you know what, fuck that. I ain't talking to nobody unless I specifically know who you are, know your name, know enough information to say, okay, how you doing? I hope you have a nice day. If I can't say those basic things to you because I know you, I ain't fucking
it. Yeah.
talking to you on the
All right.
elevator.
Speaking on that, let's talk about how race intersects with other identities. Let's talk about that. Right? Since you
Okay.
just said that with the Jersey, how does race intersect with identity, and how it how does that, is that a blurred line when it comes to, because like we said, you're expected to act black, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? How does that connotate into a thing where you can say, okay, this is acting like, is acting black having a hot comb on the stove? Because I feel like it's more of a cultural thing, not a
Okay.
racial thing,
Okay.
right? I think that's what people get things confused. You mix up race with culture, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I feel like mixed race with culture.
I dated a Filipino before, and she used a hot comb to straighten her hair. So I can't
It's a
necessarily
cultural
say,
thing,
yeah, it's a cultural thing. So I
right?
can't
But
necessarily
people,
say that. Let me do you one better. Do you have an
okay,
issue with anyone outside of the African American or traditional African background saying the word nigga?
I'm gonna say this. Just what you just said. If you know, I tried to correct myself by saying African American. I didn't even want to say that because I don't like the fact
Right,
that
right.
everybody else gets caught in African American, Asian American,
Hmm.
Indian American. I hate that, but the Caucasians don't get. Aren't you like Bulgarian American or Ukrainian American or European American? Why don't you call yourself European American, motherfucker?
That's good.
How about that?
They're from the
How about you
mountains of
call yourself European?
Caucasia,
The
the mountains of
mountains.
Caucasia.
Yeah. How about that? So I try not to do that. Do I have a problem? Okay, we're gonna get really deep into the water, right?
Okay.
And there's gonna be, we have to look at shout out to my man, my boy Tino. He broke this down for me. If you look at the etymology of the word nigga, right, what it derives from the word negus, and negus is a king, right?
Okay.
So, and once again, people, you don't got to take what I'm saying for face value. Look the shit up. It's, find it in a book. It's there. I'm just saying. But when you look at that, right? If I am I offended by someone else that's non-melanated saying nigga, it is the intent in how you say it. It is the
Okay.
intent behind, right? It's what you mean behind saying that word, right? I have a friend when I was younger, Pat. He's Italian, great dude. Shout out to my boy Pat if he even sees this. But Pat used to always tell me, "Yo, bro, when you come to my crib, he lived in Coney Island. When you come to my crib, come around the side. My grandfather was super racist, bro. Like he's old school Sicilian." I'm like, "Ooh, does he know he black?" He's like, "Don't say that to him. He'll lose his shit." So I'm high. I'm like 15. I go to the crib. I forget to go to the side door. So I'm high as shit. I knock on the door. I'm high. And you know the little cathedral glass, like in the door? Like you can kind of see through, but not see, but you can see somebody moving. All you hear is, Patrick! Somebody's at the fucking door. So bing, bing. He walks, holy fucking shit! Patrick! It's a fucking nigga at the door! It's a fucking Moliana at the door. Patrick the nigga. Get the gun. And I hear Pat coming out. Pop, and he's saying something in Italian, and then he's like, no, no. If it was the fucking Spicks they had, at least I know they're here to do the lawn, but the niggas, they just steal. I, you see what you're doing? That's
Yeah,
what I was doing.
that's what I would have done.
Dying.
Like, yo,
I'm
yeah,
dying of laughing at the
there's
front door.
something different about racism that is actually fucking funny for some
Yo,
reason.
I'm over here
Yeah,
dying. This man said, this man, Big
yeah,
Smoke, what up? This man said, if it was one of the
yo,
Spics, I know they here to do
whoa.
the wrong. At least they work. But the niggas, all they do is steal.
Yo, oh
Listen,
man, I
when you
appreciate
do that,
honest racism. But if you
yeah,
if
I
you a
do. I respect
racist,
it.
own your shit.
I respect it.
Like,
I respect
I
it.
will come over your house. I will
Yo,
fuck. We won't break bread together, but god damn it, you told me who you are, and I appreciate you
I
for
work,
that shit.
I work with this kid. His name was I can't remember his. I wouldn't say his name because I don't know where he's at and what he's doing right now. But I'll just say his. They called him Angry. That was his nickname, Angry. Right, 165 pound white supremacist, bald head, long red beard. Right, wore the black glasses and shit, the little black rim glasses, and I had to work with this man, and he said to me, "You know what you're doing?" I'm like, "Bro, what's up? My name." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "You cooking for the cops out here. Like, you better be careful. You better know what you're doing. They'll fuck you up. They beat niggas up all the time." I say, "Yo, my man, easy with that word."
Mm.
He's like, "That's what you are, aren't you? You're a nigga. You say what's up to your friends all the time. Hey, my nigga, how you doing?" I said, "Angry is it?" He's like, "Yeah, that's right." He said, "Yeah, that's right." I said, "You got probably about two more niggas in you." Pause.
Yo,
Before I put my fist in your teeth. Like,
yo,
you got about two more.
I feel like,
And then we gonna have a
oh
problem.
man, I feel like
And he's like,
you're giving by
right,
just giving two.
right. And then he says, "Well, that's what all you guys do, right? Always violent and responding violent." I said, "My man." Anyways, so we
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
about, we work. He sees that I know how to work. I know what I'm doing. I know how to move around the grill. And he has to conversate with me, right? He has no choice, right? So he's conversing with me. We're having a conversation. And he says to me, "Oh yeah, sometimes the mo and I'm like, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, sometimes." He's like, "Yeah, sometimes people's mo. Oh, you probably don't know what mo means." I'm like, "Modus operandi." Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, "That's
This
modus
nigga
operandi."
reads. He read
Yeah,
books.
like I'm like I'm like, what are you talking about? It's modus operandi. That's what mo means. I'm like, we use what's what I'm trying to say? We use Latin in our everyday speech. Like
Yeah.
e pluribus unum, out of many is one. Semper fi. I'm like, this is, and he looks at me. He says, "Oh shit, I didn't know you knew that." I'm like, "Oh, the monkey knows some shit. You didn't know that." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So we started getting cool over the weeks of working with each other to where we could joke with each other, right?
Mm.
Mind you, this is a white supremacist that is being receptive to a young black man and having a conversation. And he said to me one day, "Yo, I never thought I could even get along with a black dude." I'm like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Yo, you're not stupid. You're not ignorant. You're not." And for me, it took me having to show my growth by not doing what is expected of me.
Mm.
But that was a time where not doing what is expected was beneficial, because you get put in a position where, and we all go through it, where we're kind of like a representational or a diplomat for our entire fucking race.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we end up being a spokesman for our
Bro.
entire race.
Bro. Man, I'm tired.
That is so
I'm
stressful.
tired of being the representative, bro. I don't get paid enough to be the representative for an entire
You
race.
know what I'm saying? Like, we're considered to be the representative of our entire race.
Mm.
So with that in mind, I understood. I was like, "Fuck, I have to be careful and not do what everybody expects me to do."
That's
These are the few moments where you can't do what everybody expects you to do. So in that aspect, yes, you can't. So no, I am not offended when another person that's non-melanated uses the N-word, but it is the intent behind with which you speak
mm.
that's going to dictate whether I put my fist in your fucking teeth, or I laugh at you, or I just I don't even pay attention to you saying it. You know what I mean? Like, I've witnessed a young lady. She wanted to get a rise out of her parents. It wasn't me. It was her parents she wanted to get a rise out of. I was doing the Uber thing. She got in the car. Day where everybody was drunk. And she wanted, I give her the aux, and she's sitting there, she's picking, fuck them other niggas, cause I'm down. And she's literally in the back seat going,
Word,
fuck them other
fucking
niggas,
word.
so I'm down, fuck them niggas, fuck them other niggas, cause
It's
I'm
in
down
the
for my niggas.
song.
Yo, and she's going hard at it. But I understood she wanted to get a rise out of me. She wanted to get a rise out of her parents. That's what this was about. I'm not gonna give you that. Like, I know what you're doing. You're fishing. Nah, I'm sorry. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at the bottom of the water right now looking at the bait that you just dropped. Like, nah, I'm good. I ate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like eating stupidity today.
Oh,
You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Yo. Oh,
And
shit.
that's how you disarm someone that's racist or bigoted or ignorant. That's how you disarm them, by not doing what that stereotypical expectation is, right? But sometimes you have to do what they expect because they deserve it. There's a difference.
Yeah.
They deserve it sometimes. Sometimes they deserve that ass whipping, whether it be physical or verbal, they deserve it. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally
they
agree.
deserve that shit.
Yeah, man. For a
They
fact,
deserve
yo.
that shit.
Some
Like,
people have
sometimes,
some well-earned ass whoopings. And
I mean,
all you could say is, damn. Well, damn, that's you lucky. That's all they did to you. I mean, damn, you just running your fucking mouth like a fucking idiot.
be
Yeah, it's
like,
too
be
common.
like,
It's
yo,
just you said
that
what?
man got the ass whooping from the gods. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you
Yeah, man.
damn right.
Shit, bro.
But I
Shit.
digress. I digress. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I do digress. Like, yeah, the niggas
Going
over here
back.
drinking wine.
Yeah, bro. Growth. Growth.
Growth is not drinking Henny no more. Growth is not. Yo, let's keep it a buck, right?
Man,
Henny
Henny gives you
is
a
the
different
nigga
type
drink.
of drunk, man. Like I'm appreciating these wine drunks right now because fucking Henny. First of all, what I do like about Henny, that shit, you just fucking feel cool as shit drinking it, and then afterwards, it's like, yo, ain't nothing in this fucking world could bother me. I don't give a fuck what happened today. This motherfucker called me a nigga, and this motherfucker was acting this way. My girl, but fuck it, I got my Henny. I'm good. That's what the fuck Henny does to you. Wine, man, it's just more sophistication to it. It's like, you know what, fuck it. It's just me against the world, and I'm fine with that.
Real quick, right?
I deal with the situation moment by moment. But
Real
anyways,
quick,
yeah.
real quick. I'm sorry to everybody on IG Live. Apparently, the live was shut down and cut off because I said something that may have offended a specific grouping of people. Instagram just let me know, hey, you said some shit that might have hurt some people's feelings, and we had to stop your live and remove your content. That's what I literally, if you saw while I was looking down, I literally was like, what the fuck? This is the society we're in. You see now? We can't have these conversations because they don't want you to have these conversations. And it's funny because the only thing we were talking about was race in America, right? So we just got silenced for speaking on something that is obvious.
Yeah.
You can't pretend it didn't happen. You do know that, right? Like, you can't pretend it didn't happen. You can't say slavery didn't happen. You can't pretend.
Wow.
It's not make believe. It's not fairy tale. Like, that actually just pissed me off, right? Like, the live was just stopped and shut down because of the content of what we were speaking on. The only thing we were speaking on was race.
That's growth. Wow. We
Thank you,
have gotten to a
Instagram.
point where people feel that what we say is having some sort of impact on what you
So they
may
have to
feel
stop it.
or how someone else feels.
Yeah,
Oh man, you know what I'm thinking about?
that's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Fuck,
That's
bro.
crazy. We just got silenced. Whew, I'm excited. We just got silenced. That's crazy.
Shit.
Just got silenced. We just got silenced. Yo, I remember, right? Shout out to my boy Lee. I'm probably gonna get the live shut down again. My boy Lee, uh, United States Air Force. We were having him and I used to always mess with each other, right? Clearly he's Asian. We fuck around with each other. Like he'll say funny shit about black people. I'll say funny shit about Asian people. We joke each other because we thought racism was just the dumbest thing ever, and it was just funny to joke about. So he says to me, "Yo, you jumping in the shower after PT?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna drive to the crib. I live right outside the base. I'm gonna go home, jump in the shower." He's like, "Do me a favor. Can you pick me up some cigarettes on your way back?" I said, "Absolutely." Newport's right. He's like, "Good God, no. What do I look like, a black guy?" He was like, "Are you crazy?" He was like, I was like, "I thought everybody smoked Newport." He was like, "Only you guys smoke that shit. Can you give me some Marlboro fucking lights?" I'm like,
Yo, that's just so true.
right?
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
it's true.
specifically menthol.
Yeah, specifically, it's a stereotypical thing that is
Yeah,
factual,
yeah.
right? So I said to him, "Okay, what do you want?" He's like, "Give me some Marlboro Lights." I'm like, "Would you like me to get you like I don't know, like a pint of white rice while I'm at it?" He was like, "No, but you can pick me up some watermelon and fried chicken." We're dying of laughter, right? We're dying. Somebody says to me, "You guys can't talk to each other like that."
Okay.
I'm sorry, what? This was a person that's non-melanated at all. Had the nerve to say
Okay.
to him and I that we can't joke about our races individually because we both have been oppressed and judged, so we can do that.
Mhm.
And we're friends and we think racism is stupid. But you had the nerve to tell us we can't speak to each other like that.
Yeah, yeah. And again, back to what you were saying, it's more so intent than anything else. And like
Absolutely.
our gripe about racism is more so on this power system, and it's basically
Mm-hmm.
there's people at the top, and they are doing everything they can to keep people down by saying or taking away or destroying whatever they can to make sure that they don't lose a position in society. Those are the ones that we have an issue with. Those are the
Absolutely.
ones who those are the ones that we're having gripes with. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily it is crazy how it seems that those the people who seem to be offshoots of those people are the ones who are also trying to arbitrate how we then talk to each other, because there's
Yeah.
a group of them that essentially can no longer speak a certain way to anyone other, outside of what they're used to as far as the norm is concerned. So it's just gotten to a point just in this country where everything is just so black and white, and I guess I'm saying this in a literal sense. I mean, especially with the elections right around the corner,
Oh
and
my goodness.
yeah, man, it's here, but
Yeah,
it just
it's time. This will tell a lot. I think this election, which is insane to me. I mean to cut you off, but this election is going to be more telling than when Barack ran. To me, I don't know. I can't speak for
I agree.
everybody, but I feel like this election is going to really say to the rest of the world because the entire world is watching, right? So the entire world is watching. In the words of Michael Clark Duncan when he spoke to the Rock and Scorpion King, remember, Nubian eyes are watching you. And that's what's happening. Everyone that is melanated around this entire planet is watching how America is going to deal with this election this year. This is going to be a very telltale thing because you're going to either say that you support hatred and bigotry and divisiveness or you don't. Unfortunately, I'm not saying that this is what Trump represents. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this is what he represents, but this is what he is synonymous with now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You hear Trump, you think bigotry, racism, grab her by the pussy. These are the things that pretty much you like he's synonymous with that. Oh, and also fake news. Fake news.
Still fake news.
They like
Still
me.
fake news.
They like
That's
me.
all they do.
You say women? He said women they like me, except for the abortion thing. Women they like me. First off, how do you even anyways, outside of that,
Mhm.
they're watching. The world is watching. So this is going to really dictate and America can either show its growth by saying we're going to move past it. But you can't move past racism and hatred and bigotry by pretending it doesn't exist.
Okay.
That's not how that works. You can't pretend it doesn't exist. You can't say we're not going to teach this in schools anymore because we don't want to propagate that ideal that racism was bad. It was. It still is. Slavery happened. Millions of people died. Let's not pretend like that didn't happen. You can't wipe away slaughter. You can't wipe away this thing that transpired. Speak about it. It's the equivalent of cheating on your wife and she's sitting down with you saying, "Babe, tell me what I did wrong and what did I do if I did anything, or what did you do and why did you do it? Let's talk about it so we can fix our union." And you go, "It happened, but it didn't really happen. Let's move past it." You can't ignore something. It doesn't work that way. You can't do that. You can't fix the problem by ignoring it or pretending it never happened. That's not growth. That's being stagnant.
100%.
That's choosing to remain stagnant.
Yep. And if you remain stagnant too long, you become extinct. But
Yeah, you're gonna die.
do you really feel like this is a referendum on race in this country, this election? I mean,
Absolutely.
because I,
It's
what
been
what have we been
it's so
hearing lately? What have, that there's a large there's a large amount of black males that seem to be supporting Trump this election. So
and
if this is the case, would this necessarily be a referendum on race or a referendum on black females?
I think it's a referendum on race and sex
Okay.
in the same bucket, right? Because it gets to this place where, real quick, right? I'm a girl dad, so and I was raised by my mother. All right, grew up around strong black women.
Yeah.
I am raising a strong black woman, so I mean, I am not picking any sides when it comes to elections. I don't do that. I don't discuss that. I don't really want to be a part of that. But what I'm saying is, as you said, there's a lot of black males that are supporting Trump. It may be more of a masculine energy. They're attracted to his masculine energy, and that's what they want to rock with.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That's your fucking right. But don't get it twisted. It still plays into race, and it still plays into sex. It's just what it is. We're at the precipice of
Okay.
having our first female president, and she happens to be a black woman. Holy shit!
She speaks so eloquently.
So well. Oh my god! She's just
Yeah.
wow. You know,
Yeah.
and so it's a scary thing. It is a very it's a very scary thing, and the world is watching because they want to see how America is going to approach this problem. Are you guys going to just
That's insane that you said
reelect?
it's a problem though. Like you
But it
just
is.
classified this as a problem.
It is.
Okay.
It is. It is a problem.
It's a problem that we haven't had a female president.
It's a problem that this is such a big deal that it hasn't. It is so sensationalized and it's such a big deal. Why is it such a big deal? It should never be, because it should have been a thing where it's already happened, right? It should have been like, oh well, yeah, we've had two female presidents before, so it's not a big. It should have already happened, is what I'm saying. To where it shouldn't be like, oh my god, you get what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it would now be, oh, we're about to have our first female black president versus our first female president, right? It would be like, well, we've had two female presidents before, so it's not we're not too worried about that. But this time, she's black,
Yeah.
she's a
Okay.
Negro.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You guys are doing good out there. You know what I mean? You guys should be happy. You had one back there with Obama, and you had that guy. You know what I mean? But it's not that. So it's a problem because you're dealing with a thing where, on one hand, an individual who's viewed as racist, who's viewed as a bigot, who's viewed as a sexist, who's viewed as an idiot, who's viewed as Chester the Cheeto in human form. And then you have a woman who's viewed as kind of loopy, who's viewed as a yes woman, who's viewed as a puppet, who's viewed as a pawn, who's viewed as an actress. My mom worked 3 jobs. She worked really hard, and so you're gonna look at these two candidates and you're like, this is what we have, right? We're kind of like, to me, this is just me, I feel like we're in a place where we're stuck in between a gun and a knife, right? We get stabbed if we go left, shot if we go right. You know what I mean? Like, this is how I view it,
Okay.
right? I feel like we're stuck between a gun and a
Interesting.
knife. It's really, it doesn't, like, this is me, right? Like, I feel like I don't really see how it's gonna really be better either
Cobble's the one
way.
with the gun. 'Cause come to find out recently, she's packing.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I just want what is best for the entire country. I want what is
Yeah.
best for us as a people, and I want what's best for everyone in the same. But I want us as a people to be able to understand that we have to unify. We have to come together and do better, and we have to shake the stereotypes, and we have to shake the societal norms and expectations that they have in us. We have to shake that and show them that we are better than that, and we know how to be better than that.
I can't
That's what I
lie,
want.
man. I'm kind of getting tired of hearing our culture say that shit, man. We gotta unify.
As you should.
We gotta go. We
As you
gotta.
should.
I mean,
As
yes,
you
but
should.
what does it look like?
You know what it
What
looks
does
like?
that look like? I mean,
You know what it looks
George
like?
Floyd, the
Nah. You know what it looks.
riots,
Nah. No.
marching,
No.
and like,
You know what it looks like?
what does it look like?
I actually have the solution for you. You know what unify looks like? Unify looks like when I go out and I'm walking somewhere and I see
Mm,
another black person. Yo, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? How you doing? Everything's good. Everything's good. Yo, my name is nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Going on. Going to black businesses. Yo, what you got going on in here? Oh, this is it. Okay, I'm in there. All right, I'm supporting you. Shout out to my man Kellen at Kellen's Cookout. You go on IG, Instagram, Kellen's Cookout. My man is selling plates. He's a chef. He's nice with it. Shout out to Kellen's
okay.
Cookout. You see what I'm doing? This is what I'm talking about.
Where's that located?
This is what he's out here in Long Island.
Okay.
I'm sorry, folks, but he is working on getting his himself to expand. He's gonna be all over the country in a minute. I promise you. This dude is nice. He's a chef. He's
Okay. So
amazing.
how can
Real
we
healthy.
help him do that? I mean, you're saying
This is
unify,
what I'm
but how could we help him
right.
do that?
This right. This is what unify looks like, right? When you look at Hispanic people that come to this country, and they come and they live in the same house together, and start a company, and then they branch out after the company grows, and then bring over more family members, and they branch out and build more, and they build and grow.
Hmm.
We need to start doing that. We need to start supporting each other. Stop hating on each other. Stop, man. That nigga corny and something. Like I said, I believe last week, the name of the clothing brand is Just Living, right? I didn't know this man
Yeah,
from
you
anywhere, but I
you
supported this
represented
man.
the West West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just supported him because I understand you're trying to break into the industry. You're trying to do something with yourself. You're not out here doing the stereotypical expectation of selling drugs,
Hmm.
right? And rapping or balling real nice. You know what I mean? It was nice with the ball, son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're doing something, and I respect that, so I'm going to support that. What coming together looks like is us not shortchanging and downplaying everyone that's doing something for themselves. Support each other. You're willing to spend money on something that doesn't even go back into your community.
Okay.
Support each other. I would love for my brothers, the cats I'm cool with, I would love for us to sit down one day and be like, yo, son, look, how about we put aside $1,000 or even $300 or $500 or $200 for the next year. Take that money for the year, put it into account, save it, take that money and buy into stocks. How about that? How about we, I mean, like, let's grow together and build together. That's what it looks like. But
Okay.
it's not going to happen. You know why? Because we deal with pride.
Yes.
We
Yes.
deal
That.
with pride.
Okay.
Why did he get to do this? How come he get to move up and do this first? Why? I feel like I should go first.
That's the other thing. Like I feel like a lot of our people haven't got past our feelings. Where
Mm-mm.
where we where we where we don't necessarily expect what we work for, but we expect what the other person has just because they have it. And I saw it.
Blind sense of entitlement.
Yes.
A blind sense of entitlement.
And
So I'll
unfortunately,
be
I've seen too many of our people that are like that. And
yes, and
it makes you weary to want to do business or to do something
absolutely,
moving forward.
absolutely. I look,
So
Mikey.
how do you change that perspective?
It it starts with one, right? In the words of Michael Jackson, right? Rest in peace, man. It starts with the man in the mirror, right?
Hmm.
And it comes right back to it starts with growth. It starts with you growing. It starts with you learning how to shed those norms and those expectations as an individual. If you can shed those norms and those expectations as an individual, maybe the little seedling that's looking at you, that little daughter or son that's looking up at you,
Hmm.
will will mirror that and do the same.
Yeah.
And then it would spread like a good cancer. But fuck you, cancer. But it would spread like a good cancer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't expect it to happen in our lifetime. I don't expect it to happen in my daughter's lifetime. Maybe with her children, it should,
Wow.
but we have to infect it at some point now.
That's
We
crazy.
have to.
I am. I'm expecting this to happen in my lifetime.
You are.
Yes. I'm
I
expect.
hope. He,
I'm.
I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope so. I would love to see another Black Wall Street. I'd love to. I'd love to see another Black Wall Street, another Seneca Village. I'd love to see that in my lifetime. I would love to.
See, my trepidation doesn't come with building our own Wall Street. Mine comes with the understanding that we have to get to the level where everyone else is, and if that means on Wall Street, and then doing that effectively, and then building from there, because you can't really change the system from the outside. You have to get in.
No,
That's the only real way
only
to
way.
effectively have change.
Affect a real change. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we could try
Absolutely.
to build this
Try to
Wall
do
Street
this.
all we want, but you know what? If it's off federal regulations, if it doesn't meet SEC standards, they're gonna shut that shit down.
Yeah.
And
Um,
unfortunately, I've noticed that we tend to do things in a different way where we can kind of skip steps in a sense without doing all of the work that's necessary to build to make sure that it's strong, to make sure it has a strong foundation.
I'll say this.
I
I
feel
don't
like the
say. I didn't mean to cut you. I don't say that we skip steps. I
I'm not
believe.
okay, okay.
Right. I don't say that we skip steps. I like to say that we are just we find the smarter way to do things. Like some people will like there'll be a gate, right? And motherfuckers will they overanalyze. Right? Perhaps there's no. If I go this way, I can climb the gate and I could get at this egress and I can do this and I can do that.
Hmm.
We tend to go. It's a gate, but if I just go right down here, ain't nothing there. I'm gonna just walk around that motherfucker. Like we just see the sensible way to do things at times. Sometimes it's the lazy way, but other times it's the sensible way to approach it,
Yeah.
right? And we just don't understand that we have to know when we're doing these things, we're still being looked at. We're
Yes.
still being watched.
Absolutely.
So sometimes the steps are necessary.
It,
That's
yes.
the difference. The steps are
Right.
necessary. They're not always needed, but they're necessary. And as a people, we tend to not understand that difference.
Hmm.
We tend to not understand that even though yes, we can get to A to C with no issue, my man, stop at B.
Right.
Stop at B.
At least understand why everybody's stopping at B.
Yes, understand it.
You have to.
Don't just jump. But
Right.
I mean, we can sit and have this conversation all day, and I want to talk some shit. I want to talk some shit.
Fuck, bro.
I want to talk
You
some
gonna have to
shit.
make it quick.
No, we gonna make it real quick. We gonna make it real quick.
Oh man, but that's some bullshit though. Fucking
I wanna hear it.
Instagram kicking us off for a moment. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Alright, what type of bullshit you trying to get into today, bro?
Only bullshit I want to get into. I know we talked about growth. I know we were just saying I am all about showing my growth. I'm all about just making sure. I am not even going to mention your name, you racist, bigoted piece of shit. I'm not even gonna give out your That's how insignificant and unimportant you are to me, you bitch made motherfucker. All right, this is one of those times where I'm not gonna show you the fucking growth. I'm gonna show you exactly what you expected, but not what you thought, you little bastard. What I'm talking about is recently on one of the shorts that are on the Banter'N'Bullsh page, where we are talking about the Tesla Cybertruck, a piece of commentary was taken completely out of context, where I was talking about the Tesla Cybertruck, how we take things and make it cool, and whatever it may be, which is a factual thing. We as a people make things cool. We made Timberlands cool. We made the Tesla Cybertruck cool. We made Tommy Hilfiger cool. We made Polo lit. Every brand, Fendi, Prada, we make that shit lit. We are the biggest consumers, period. My point, if you were watching the entire episode, you dumb bitch, you would have understood what I was trying to connotate was that we are influential as a people, and we need to recognize that. But you only took a little short and said, oh, he's being racist. And you chose to say some negative comments by saying black people ain't never invented shit. We just take shit that other people make and be like, you dumb bitch. Do you know what black people made? That fucking refrigerator you have, you simple-minded bitch. That fucking freezer you got, you dumb bitch. The motherfucking stoplights, you stupid bitch. The filaments in motherfucking light bulbs, you dumb bitch. Penicillin, you simple-minded bitch. I could keep going, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to say is, sir and or ma'am, because you might just be a sir, but more of a ma'am because you're a bitch. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, because there are some real ass females out there that's holding it down. I'm not mad at y'all ladies at all whatsoever. When I say bitch, I mean bitch in the most derogatory, defaming way I could possibly mean to this one individual. He is such a bitch. He hides behind his computer and says these negative racial comments, trying to spur other people to jump in and be racist right along with him, saying that we don't do anything, we just take in welfare and don't take care of our people. Guess what, you simple-minded bitch? Welfare was first created after the Great Depression for your people, because I'm pretty sure you're white. You simple-minded bitch. Okay? So before you start pointing fingers and saying stupid shit about other people and about other people's culture, right? Before you do that, learn something. So today I'm going to show growth by saying, if you feel some type of way, sir, I would love to meet up with you and box your fucking teeth in, but I won't do that. I will simply end the show by saying,
growth, bro.
Yes, showing growth. I will simply end the show by saying, and I think I can say this on behalf of my people, eat a dick and fuck you. Thanks for watching. All right?
All right. Fucking love it. It's, Jesus Christ. With that being said, my key.
I felt some type of way.
Jesus. Oh shit. Mr. Keys open doors in my key. Jesus Christ.
Wait.
We're gonna take a shot on that. We don't need to
We're gonna take the shot. No shots to the quote. Just fuck it. Yo, and I am Trinidad Tobago son, New York City's nephew, Carter Y-O-U-N-G.
Thank y'all for tuning into another episode of
Banter
and Bullshit.
and bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm showing growth. I'm really trying, people. I'm really working on it.